Jung, thank goodness you're home, cried Ogi, rushing to her husband. Come sit down. Tell me, is the war over? But Jung only replied, Give me peace. Ogi told Jung funny stories, trying to cheer him up, but he said sternly, Enough! Let me rest. Then Ogi decided, My husband is too thin. Some homemade food will do him good. But no matter what Ogi cooked, Jung pushed it away, saying, This bulgogi is overcooked, or This is too salty, or This isn't spicy enough. A few days later, Jung finally set off to farm their land. At first, Ogi was overjoyed, but her happiness didn't last long. My husband is worthless. Look at him. He just sits and stares at the sea. His body is home, but the loving man I knew is gone. What should I do? One day, Ogi heard about a wise old hermit who made healing potions. She set out for his home right away. The old man answered his door gruffly. What do you want? Ogi answered politely. Wise one, I need a magic potion. Sighing, the old man said, What is your story? My husband is not himself, began Ogi, her voice quivering. When Ogi finished her sad tale, the wise one replied, Yes, this happens sometimes when men return from war. Encouraged, Ogi asked hopefully, Wise one, can you make a potion so my husband will be himself again? So simple, is it? The old hermit laughed. But after a long while, he said, This potion is most difficult, but it can be made. The key ingredient is the whisker of a living tiger. Bring me a whisker, and I will make a magic potion. Ogi was astonished. The whisker from a living tiger? Impossible. If helping your husband is important enough, you will find a way, the hermit replied as he shut his door. A tiger's whisker? I would be killed, Ogi worried. But Jung did not improve, so finally, one sleepless night, Ogi took some rice and meat, tiptoed from her dark house, and hiked to the caves where tigers were known to live. Standing far away from the caves, Ogi sang in a shaking voice, Tiger, sweet tiger, dinner time. But by daybreak, no tiger had appeared, so Ogi left the food and headed home. Each night, Ogi faithfully brought food and forced herself closer to the tiger's cave. She sang sweetly for hours on end. Tiger, sweet tiger, dinner time. One night, a tiger seemed to be waiting for Ogi on the trail. Ogi was so startled, she dropped the food. She shivered as the powerful animal gobbled it up. From then on, the tiger met Ogi on the trail. In the dark, Ogi smelled the tiger's hot breath and heard him chew. She was delighted to see his tail swish when she sang, Tiger, sweet tiger, dinner time. One night, Ogi forced herself to reach out and scratch the thick fur behind the tiger's ear. To her amazement, the tiger purred. From then on, Ogi not only scratched the tiger's neck, but petted his long, powerful sides as well. 7 nights later, while the tiger was enjoying her scratching, Ogi drew a deep breath and said, Tiger, my friend, I need one of your whiskers. Please don't be angry. The tiger didn't seem to notice as Ogi cut off a whisker. Clutching the whisker, Ogi ran straight to the hermit's house. "Wise one!" Ogi called excitedly. "I have a tiger's whisker. Please make a potion so my husband will be happy again." The hermit studied the whisker sleepily. Satisfied it was from a living tiger, he dropped it into his fire. "No!" cried Ogi. "Don't burn the whisker!" The old hermit answered calmly. "Tell me, how did you get the whisker?" "I brought the tiger food each night," Ogi said. "At first, I stood far from the caves. Each night, I went closer, singing, 'Tiger, sweet tiger, dinner time,' over and over again. I was tired, but I didn't give up. I went night after night, and finally, the tiger came to see me. Soon he ate out of my hand and purred when I scratched him. It was then that I took a whisker." "I'm impressed. Through your kindness and patience, you tamed a tiger," the hermit said warmly. "I guess I did, but you burned the whisker," Ogi said sadly. "All my work was for nothing." "You are wrong. Your work was most important. The whisker is no longer needed," the hermit said firmly. "Ogi, come sit beside me. I need to ask some questions." Settling in front of the fire, the hermit asked, "Who is more fierce, your husband or the tiger you tamed?" "The tiger, of course," Ogi replied. "If you can win the love and confidence of a wild animal by your kindness, could you not do the same with your husband?" the hermit asked. Ogi was speechless, but then, with a smile on her face, Ogi thanked the hermit and raced toward home, thinking all the while of what she had learned from the wise old hermit.